included groundbreaking Asian Americans like Vera Wang and Joan Shingang, I'm going to pronounce it, Shanga Kawawa.
Yeah, someone needs to translate that. I mean, someone needs to translate this entire imploding presidency. That's exactly what we're seeing. The tide is turning. I think you could feel it, can't you? Trump is surging like never before, and Biden is crumbling. He's literally degenerating right before our very eyes, and we've got the data to prove it. We can actually see in real time this massive tectonic shift happening where there's nothing less than a mass swing towards Trump, and we're going to find out it's all just getting started. We ain't seen nothing yet. So, of course, we're all still recovering from seeing those images of Biden on the beach. Some, of course, may require months of counseling after seeing those horrific images. The Babylon Bee had a great headline: police investigating corpse that washed up on Delaware Beach. That was absolutely brilliant. It was obviously a pretty shocking image because it's really in many ways a symbol of the permanent political class, this wasting away, decrepit, sad state of our ruling elite that don't understand their surroundings. They don't understand how the world is changing all around them, and they don't see how the world is just passing them by. By contrast, as you saw, Trump is surging. He walked into that Las Vegas UFC event like he owned the place. Well, he may have, I don't know. But like I said in yesterday's video, there were celebrity after celebrity after celebrity there, all featured on the Jumbotrons. But when the Don walked in, I mean, they never looked more irrelevant. And they all knew it. No one sucks the oxygen out of a room quite like the Don. Just ask Ron DeSantis. I mean, there's just no possibility of competing with this guy. And now we're starting to see polling data come in that reflects what we saw symbolically over the weekend in terms of those two contrasting images of Trump in triumph and that corpse that was washed up on the Delaware Beach. Now, I know many of you are familiar with Rich Barris, the People's Pundit. If not, you need to subscribe to him right now. He's my #1 go-to guy on polling and election analysis. Rich is what Nate Silver wants to be when he grows up. And he had the great Robert Barnes on his show yesterday. You'll definitely want to follow Barnes as well. And the discussion turned to a massive polling shift going on that most analysts are just completely missing. It was a fascinating discussion, and the upshot of it all was this. They compared the polling back from 2020 with all the various polling outlets, YouGov, Harvard-Harris, Quinnipiac, Fox. They compared the average polling for Trump versus Biden back in 2020 to the polling for 2024 from the very same outlets. So you're dealing with the same polling, same methodologies, same sample sizes, same weight adjustments and the like. So there's no methodological deviations that can account for any discrepant results between 2020 polling and 2024 polling. And the contrast between the two election cycles simply couldn't be more dramatic. Wait until you see the results. But first, gang, now is the time for you to stand up and restore our national sovereignty. And one of the key ways to restoring national sovereignty is the restoration of sound money, real money, tangible, material real estate. And the best way that we as patriots can stand up and protect our own financial sovereignty is by protecting our assets with the timeless value of gold and silver. And that's where our good friends over at Goldco come in. Click on that link below and learn the 3 simple steps you can take right now to protect your savings the way patriots throughout the centuries have always protected their assets, and that's with the timeless value of gold and silver. In fact, Goldco, they're patriots just like us, and they're offering up to $10,000 in free silver while supply lasts. So don't wait. Click on that link below or visit my special website, turleytalkslikesgold.com. What we have is we've got poll after poll after poll showing a massive swing towards Trump when you compare the 2020 polling results with what we're seeing today. So, for example, Emerson had Trump losing by 5 in 2020. Now Trump is winning +6, an 11-point swing. In YouGov, Trump was supposed to lose by 10 points in 2020. He's now leading Biden by 3, representing a 13-point swing. Harvard-Harris, Trump was supposed to lose by 8. They now have him winning by 6, a 14-point swing. That's the pattern that we're seeing over and over and over again. Barnes noted the same with Fox polling. They found a 10-point swing to Trump. ABC polling, a 15-point swing to Trump. Quinnipiac, 9-point swing. CNBC, 10-point swing. CNN, 14-point swing. New York Times, 11-point swing. All of these polls are showing massive double-digit swings from where they had Trump in 2020 to where they have Trump today. And when you break down the demographic data, we're seeing precisely the shift we've been tracking with on this channel for the last 6 years. Latinos, blue-collar millennials, blacks, they're all increasingly abandoning the Democratic Party. And here's the key, not for Republicans. They remain extraordinarily suspicious of the Republican Party, and rightly so. They're not flocking to Republicans. Who are they flocking to? They're flocking to Trump. It's a populist realignment, not a party realignment. The Republicans remain very unpopular, again, as they should, with the likes of Lindsey Graham and Mitt Romney and Karl Rove. Why would anyone vote for these clowns? This is a massive populist realignment where more and more women and blue-collar minorities are revolting against the globalist economic status quo led by the permanent political class. And they see Trump increasingly as the true outsider who wants to take on the system that's rigged to benefit the wealthy elite at the expense of the people. Now, it gets better. The single major issue facing Biden in his reelection is the R word, recession, right? Larry Summers, the former Treasury Secretary, he's a very good forecasting track record. He saw inflation coming several months before it hit. He's predicting a 70% probability that will be in a major recession within the next months, the next year. And he's hardly alone. The bank failures, of course, that we've been seeing over the last several months they're just underscoring the financial crisis that appears to be already upon us. Here's the deal, simply put. No Democrat president since FDR, and no president, period, since Calvin Coolidge a century ago, has been reelected if a recession has occurred in the last 2 years of their presidency. I'll say that again because it's so key to what's about to happen. No president in the last 100 years has been successfully reelected if a recession has occurred in the last 2 years of their administration. What does that mean? What it means is that the surge we're seeing with Trump is just beginning. If you think Trump is surging now, just wait until the recession really hits. Just wait till the economy really tanks. We're going to see a surge that's beyond perhaps anything we've seen since the 1984 election. And judging by those beach images, it looks like Biden has already resigned himself to this seemingly inevitable. Hey, gang, I know what it's like to feel alone out there in these turbulent times, but I broke free. If you too have been looking for a community with like-minded patriots who are serious about resisting globalism, building a parallel economy, and having intelligent and deep fellowship on a regular basis, then you've come to the right place. In my Courageous Patriot Insiders community, we're building a close-knit movement of, by, and for patriots who are breaking free from the outrage and despair cycles of the mainstream media and taking on the fight against globalism. Every week, I deep dive into the content I can't share on big tech and give you the cliff notes on the truth of how patriots just like you are building up their communities, starting patriot businesses, and fighting the woke in both public and private. All with a few history and political lessons from yours truly, of course. If you want to stop feeling alone as a patriot and stand together with this fast-growing community, be sure to click on the link in the description below. Don't wait. Join me and my Patriot Coalition today, and let's get fighting.